Happy Valentine's Day. We have a special Valentine's Day episode today. Running 3 vans, so we're pretty busy. I'm running a job solo down in Jacksonville, Florida, not where we normally work, but it's a small tile and grout job. I'm in and out in 30 minutes. You guys are going to get to see the entire process of how I do, what I do, why I do, and it's not sped up super fast, so you kind of get an idea of real time. This is a $225 job that literally took me 30 minutes to complete. So happy Valentine's Day. I hope everybody's having an awesome day. Mash that thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment below of your favorite part. And of course, as always, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Not very often I get to do a solo job, but today was the day. Unfortunately, I completely forgot to get good video of this floor prior to applying my solution. So obviously it's a tile floor. I don't know if you can tell or not, but those are 18-inch tiles. Got a little bit of wood floor there and then a small bathroom. This actually wasn't part of the initial estimate. This job came by way of a BNI referral from a really good friend of mine, Kerby Hyde, with Florida Homes Realty. She's actually licensed in both Florida and Georgia now, and she works with Military Realty of Kings Bay in the Georgia side. So she has been in the chapter since I joined, I think about 8 months ago in Yulee, and right away her and I kind of hit it off. She's been a really good friend of mine, a really good mentor for me in BNI, and kind of showed me the ropes. And her husband Jose just purchased this home down in Jacksonville, Florida. It's about 45 minutes away, so it was a little bit of a haul. And because of the commute to and from, I did let her know that it was going to have to be a little bit more expensive than my normal pricing. She was completely okay with that because what she did as a realtor is negotiated for the seller of this property to actually pay us at closing. So she had a check ready to go before I even started, sitting on the counter. You might have saw that I did go ahead and agitate this solution into the grout lines with just the fancy professional, what I call brush on a stick. That's the technical term for that, brush on a stick. And what that does is the same thing when we use the counter rotating brush machine on the carpet or the tile. It just agitates the solution into the grout in this case and prepares it for allowing this thing here, which is the spinner, for a better result with the hot water extraction, which that's this step here. I'm well aware of the fact that the spinner or the extraction tool that I'm using right now looks a bit rough. This extraction tool, this spinner, was actually given to me as part of a deal when I bought this van that I'm using. The truck mount and the van came as a package deal. My buddy Dave Gill down south of us quite a bit, Julington Creek Carpet Care, he actually threw this in. So even though it looks rough, this spinning tool looks very, very rough. It works like a champ. It cleans really, really well. We've done several jobs with it. It's not one of those tools I would like to bring into a really super fancy home, but in this case, like I said, Kirby's a good friend of mine. She was the only one here. It was just her and myself. She was actually painting, but you can probably see the painter's tape right above the baseboard. So she's actually going to be painting this kitchen like a really cool gray color, and then the living room, it's a small cute little house, just a 2-bedroom house with one bathroom, but the rest of it is going to be painted like a really pretty light blue color. And what her and her husband are going to do in lieu of renting it out is, well, they're still going to be renting it out, but it's a short-term rental, AirB&B or VRBO. And what she's noticed, being a realtor, is that she's going to be able to basically get quite a bit much more money doing it that way versus a long-term lease option like a traditional. And I think there's a lot of real estate professionals, real estate investors that are coming to the same conclusion. So unlike most of my other content that I put out on this channel up to this point, what you may or may not have noticed is right now this is actually real time. So as I'm extracting this floor, okay, actually I just sped it up just a tiny bit just now, but up to that point, I swear, it was actually real time. So again, I think I normally go like 2 or 3 times faster than we normally do, but I wanted to give you guys a good taste because this is a small job and I was only here for literally 30 minutes, and that includes my setup, my tear down, and the entire cleaning process. Maybe 120 square feet of tile and grout. And again, over $200 job just because of the commute to and from. So kind of a nice little job here I was able to get. And again, this is sped up just a tiny bit, but this is really close to a normal speed for me. So I do go pretty slowly depending on the type of floor and the type of cleaning required. But you can get this false impression watching all of our other content that we go really fast, and that's just simply not the case. So for those that are not familiar exactly with Camden County, which is where we're based out of, Camden County, Georgia, servicing primarily Kingsland and St. Mary's, but also Woodbine, Waverly, and White Oak. But that entire county, although it's very large, in fact one of the largest counties in the state of Georgia, if not the largest, and I'm not for sure on that fact, but it only has 53,000 people roughly in the entire county, whereas Jacksonville, the city I'm working in right now, has over 1 million people. So although it is, I think landmass wise, the largest city in the United States. And so this little tiny bathroom, I told Kirby while I was here, I'm just going to throw this in. It has a really nice shower. And that's the other cool thing about this house, is there's a lot of upgrades that were done prior to them purchasing this home that they're not going to have to worry about, that'll add quite a bit of value to their ability to Airbnb it. And I think she said it's going to go somewhere between $80 and $95 a night. Needless to say, the most difficult part of cleaning this bathroom was just the logistics. Because it was so small, this tool actually didn't fit really well in here, and it was kind of difficult to maneuver the spinner in and around an area just this tight. So, and then you have to add the fact that I have the tripod and the camera, just made matters even worse. But overall, the floor was very uneven as well, which didn't make my job any easier. But cleaning up wise, it turned out amazing. I'm really glad that I was able to kind of throw this in as a little bonus feature, because it did make a huge impact in terms of how much it lightened out. And the grout, even though it was gray color, the grout in the kitchen, we could tell when you look up toward the edge or the corners, which is a great way to kind of find out what is my original grout color supposed to be. More often than not, you can go right up to the edge where a grout line comes into either the quarter round or baseboard, and you can look down and see what the color was, you know, closer to when it was first installed. Ideally, that's what the goal is every time we do a professional cleaning, like a restoration cleaning like this. And in the terms of the kitchen, we got really close to that, if not right on par there. Now the hoses were underneath the tripod, and here in just a second you're going to see me try to pull, and the camera almost fell down. I was able to catch it, and I'm kind of laughing right now because even though that wouldn't have been funny at all, but yeah, a good lesson there. Do not put your tripod on top of your hoses. But again, this hallway, this whole house was pretty small, but this bathroom was really tiny. So this is not the first time that Kirby has referred us work in the Yulee chapter. Being a real estate agent, she is probably one of the greatest referral partners that we have in our contact sphere inside of BNI, because she's coming into contact with people that are either looking to buy or sell a home. And in a lot of cases, most people, and here I am contemplating whether or not I should clean behind the door of the bathroom, and I finally decided to go ahead and shut the door, even though you guys couldn't see, and run the spinner behind the door up against the edge there, because there was a little bit of debris. Even though I didn't actually shoot any of the solution down or scrub it in, just running the hot water, I was able to get a nice little rinse and leave the floor a lot cleaner. But you know, a lot of people don't even think about professional floor cleaning until it's time to either buy the house or sell the house. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to walk you out to the kitchen here and show you the last thing we do with tile and grout floors. We don't do this all the time, but for smaller jobs, we will take towels in lieu of fans. We have both fans and towels, but like I said, smaller jobs, it's almost easier to just take a towel like this one here and walk around and basically dry the floor, just walking around in that way. And if it's a larger job, of course, it's much easier to put down blowers kind of as we work our way in. And we always like to work our way into a tile and grout job, whereas most often with carpet, it's the opposite, and we will work our way out of the job when we're doing carpet cleaning. But again, this is it, the whole job. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show for today. Of course, I'm going to have the encore of eating, because I didn't dump this tank, because we actually have another job this afternoon, and this job was so small, so there's actually going to be no video. I'm really sorry. No chocolate milk, no dumping of the tank. today, but I'll make up for it in a future episode. But I really do appreciate, here's the check on the counter. I covered up the important information. But yeah, this was the check that she had just sitting there. So $225 in less than 30 minutes. Pretty awesome. And I'll go ahead and take you guys out. You're going to be able to see the machine here. It's pretty loud, but you'll be able to see me shut that down. So. Okay, it is definitely time for lunch. This was a huge lunch. I don't know if you guys can gain a good appreciation for the actual size or the amount of food on this plate, but this was amazing, very, very delicious food. So I started out with a huge bed of baby lettuce and spinach with baby arugula as well. I love the flavor of arugula. I doused that with just a little bit of lemon and a little bit of seasoning salt, and then I piled on a ridiculous amount of artichoke hearts, black beans, brown rice, and I believe some cashew. Yes, I had some sour cream that I had made out of cashew, raw cashews. I think you probably can go back and watch the episode on, oh, what was it called? The Secret Cheesy Vegan Cream Sauce, or Cheesy Vegan Cream Sauce, that Warren and I did, and you can actually see how I make this. But I put that on there as well, with a little bit of hot sauce, and again, very, very filling, very, very nutritious. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to mash the thumbs up, leave a comment below of your favorite part, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for updates on all of our upcoming content. Have a great weekend.